Hi, this is the Gun Guy. Thank you very much for watching my videos. I'm very, very grateful. And as you know, when we're on the indoor range at the P2K Range, I generally do a voiceover for the videos, and we do them here from the little audio studio, just because, frankly, if I'm talking on the indoor range, you can see my mouth move, but nothing comes out. It's just so stinking loud in there. So this video we're going to do the same thing with. I'll do the, little commentary from here, but we're going to go shoot the Smith Wesson Model 66 today, and that's this beautiful thing right here. This particular revolver I bought as a trade-in. I don't know if it was a law enforcement trade-in or if it was a security company trade-in, but it's very similar to the guns that were assigned to many a police officer way back when. Now, this is an older Model 66. I haven't yet looked up the serial number, but I'm going to do that for this video so I can figure out when it was made. You can tell it's older because the firing pin is on the hammer, and they don't make them that way anymore. Now they have a separate mechanism with a transfer bar in there that is supposed to be safer. I'm not sure it is any safer, but it's supposed to be. This gun is incredibly safe, and I bought it for a song. I got a great deal on it, oddly enough, from the P2K Range in their gun shop, their pro shop, because they had about 30 or 40 of them that were all traded in by the same agency. And the manager there is a great guy named Dennis Roman. He called me. He said, "Hey, do you want one of these?" And I said, "Sure." So I went down and looked through them and found the best one I could find, and I bought it. And this is a terrific handgun. I'll be honest with you, I really like revolvers anyway. They're nostalgic and they're fun, and I carried one for a living for many years. And so it's going to be kind of fun to go shoot it today. And we'll ring it out a little bit on the range and see what it can do and how well it shoots, and have some fun with it. And I think I might shoot some crazy little targets for you today that are a little interesting that you can take on an indoor range and have a little more fun than just poking paper. So let's get over to the range and shoot this beautiful revolver. We're going to shoot the Smith Wesson Model 66 in a few minutes, but it really doesn't matter what gun you're shooting. If you're shooting on a square range, sometimes you just want to do something, anything, to make it more entertaining than just poking holes in paper. And I see people do that all day. They come out here and they poke holes in paper, and that's all they do. And it helps them with their shooting a little bit, but sometimes doing something a little bit more fun is just more entertaining for you, but it also improves your skill. And if you're in an area where, like a major metropolitan area or big city or something, where the only opportunity you have to shoot on a regular basis without planning an entire day to drive way out in the boonies like my family and I have to do, then it's probably going to be on a square range, and you might want to take some simple steps to improve your shooting by making it a little bit more fun. So here's an example. I'm at the P2K Range right now, which is a great place to shoot, and we're really grateful that they let us use the range. This is my home range where I teach, and they sell these little bottles. Now, if you happen to be in another city or another place and you want to buy targets like this, you can get them. Just make sure they'll let you use them on the range. These are designed with a little clip on the top, and they just clip on the top of the target and they dangle there. Now, you can tell my daughter and I have just shot the snot out of this one with a .22, and I'm going to shoot at it. And I am a firearms instructor, so I hope I don't embarrass myself by missing it. I guess we'll have to find out. We'll see if I can hit it with the .357 Magnum. These things will take a beating and keep on going. You can just shoot them with, thousands of rounds until they finally fall apart. You go get another one. They're very inexpensive, but they move. When you hit them, they go, and then if you try to hit them on the move, now you've made your shooting a little bit more entertaining. You can also use things like shoot and see targets where you can see them hit, and there's lots of different kind of cool stuff. But if you want to shoot at something reactive, this is something that's going to react every time you hit it, and you're going to know if you miss it because it's just going to hang there and make you feel stupid. So your shooting will improve, particularly once it starts doing this and you're trying to shoot it on the move. So try one of these. If you haven't seen them and you're not in an area around El Cajon where you could grab one from the P2K Range, and maybe look online, see if you can pick one up so you can go to a range near you and try these simple, inexpensive targets. They'll improve your shooting, and they'll make your shooting on the square range just a whole lot more fun. So let's go inside and we'll shoot at it. This particular Model 66 is a Model 66-4. They started making them in 1994 and then went to the 6-5 in 1998. This one had little updated things, a little different extractor, a little different rear sight leaf, and that kind of stuff. But other than that, it's pretty much the same gun all the way along. They stopped making them entirely, I think, back in 2005, and then either last year or the year before, I don't remember, when I was at SHOT Show, I go every year, I saw that they'd reintroduced them, and they are a marvelous gun. They're lighter than the heavier frame guns, and a lot of fun to shoot, as you can see. While I was shooting it, some guy said, "I don't like revolvers because you can't shoot them fast." And I said, "Watch me. I didn't hit the bottle, but I shot it really fast. So there you are, the Smith & Wesson Model 66. Arguably, I think one of the most beautiful and handiest of the K-frame revolvers. It's chambered in a great cartridge. This one, frankly, I carry when I'm hunting, if I'm hunting anything reasonably large, deer, hogs, whatever, because I like having the 357 Magnum chambering, but I also don't want to carry something that's heavier than it needs to be. I really, really, really like the 686. And I really like also the Ruger Ruger GP100. The problem is they both weigh a ton compared to this one, and this one is, relatively light, very, very accurate, super solid gun. But because it's a K-frame, it's a little bit lighter, handier, a little bit easier to lug around when you're, an old guy like me and you're carting it around hunting, and you're also carrying a rifle and all your gear and that kind of stuff. The older I get, the older I get. So I kind of want to carry as little battle rattle as I possibly have to. But I do like carrying a handgun when I'm out hunting. So generally I take this one, and it has served me very, very well. I just put, buffalo boar or some sort of hunting ammunition in it. But terrific revolver. If you ever get a chance to get one of these on a trade-in, I'm telling you, I bought a number of guns on law enforcement trade-ins. And what I found is quite often they're carried a lot and shot a little, and they can be in phenomenal shape. I have some Glocks I bought that way, a couple of Glock 22s, and I'll take those out and shoot those for you here pretty soon. You'll be able to see those. They came with all replaced internal parts. The armory at the police department, before they turned them in for sale, went through them and replaced all the internals. So all they have is some holster wear and scratches and so on, but other than that, the guns are in primo, perfect shape. The triggers are beautiful. One of them even has tritium night sights on it that still glow. Excuse me. One of them has extended slide stop and a lot of little goodies on it that the officer liked at that time, and they traded them in, and I bought them for about $200 less than it would cost me to buy a similar Glock that was just out of the box standard with nothing else on it. And so sometimes you can get a great deal if you just look. Anyway, there's the Smith & Wesson Model 66, the older version. By the way, Smith & Wesson does make them again, so if you want one, you can buy a brand new one. And they are a fabulous revolver. If you like revolvers, this is a great choice for you. Thanks for watching my videos. I really do appreciate it. We'll have a lot more coming up, and we've got a lot more that we've already done. This week, I'm also going to shoot the Smith & Wesson Model 10, which there's a bazillion versions of the original hand ejector that became the military and police, and then the Model 10. I have a Model 10 14, which is a newer version than many. But we're going to go out and shoot that one. It's got a heavy barrel. We'll have some fun with it. And then we'll dive a little deeper into some other types of revolvers in the next week or so. So please like, subscribe, share me on Facebook and Twitter and like that, and all those wonderful places, and Instagram and so on. The more videos you watch, the more we can actually produce, and I look forward to doing them for you. And once again, if you're not a member of the National Rifle Association and you like gun videos and that kind of thing, you should be. So please go down to the description and click on the little link there. We've set it up so that it'll save you some money. When you join, you can join the National Rifle Association for less than the cost of one box of ammo, and you can add your voice to the rest of ours. If you don't like the NRA, I get it. Some people don't. I understand. Well, join the Gun Owners of America, or Gun Owners of California if you're in California, or some other organization that supports your Second Amendment rights. Right now, particularly in California, but I would say all over the United States. We see what's happening with the presidential election. All over the place, people are trying to attack our gun rights, and we got to stick together to defend them. I look forward to your help in that. Once again, thank you very much for watching my videos. Have a great week.